A car crashes into a Lexington townhome, narrowly missing homes with children.
A lot of folks will be running in the bluegrass early tomorrow morning. We've got a special forecast for all the folks taking part in the races just ahead.
And a woman with a rescue operation says she's never seen so many heartworm cases in dogs at one time. What's being done to help the animals coming up?
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon on this Friday. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. Some people in Lexington are dealing with damage to their home. It could have been a lot worse. A car slammed right into their house.
WKYT's Mark Barber has been tracking the developments. It's our top story at 4.
People who live in this townhome community say the neighbors to both sides of this townhome were home with children when the car slammed into the building. While it was a terrible thing to happen, the neighbors say at least it happened at the one townhome where no one was home. Neighbors tell us around 8 a.m. they heard what sounded like thunder outside these townhomes on Kirk Levington Drive. Firefighters say that noise was the sound of a car slamming right into the kitchen of a home. Fire crews think that the crash happened because the driver had a medical emergency. According to firefighters, the man who was behind the wheel was pulled from the car and rushed to the hospital. Neighbors who know him think he had a seizure while he was coming to visit family in the area. We're told the family who lives here was out of town when their home was hit. Their family says young children live on either side, so they think it's fortunate that this is where the car stopped. Neighbors say this was one close call because if the crash happened just a few feet to the right or left, this scene could have been much more serious.
You can have kids playing in the yard and something like this happened, that'd have been a disaster.
Crews are still assessing the damage. Firefighters tell me that a building inspector will check out the area to make sure that neighbors' homes are safe. In Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
The homeowner's grandson thinks it will cost thousands of dollars to repair the damage. He hopes their insurance will cover it. 4 people are now in jail for the murder of a Richmond man, and police say more arrests are possible. Don Attaway, Kirk Garrett, Christopher Coleman, and now Christy Mattingly are all charged with murder. Yesterday morning, we had the breaking news of Garrett and Coleman's arrest in Ohio. Police say all 4 were involved in the shooting death of Roy Combs. He was found Wednesday morning near a rock quarry in Clark County. Police say it appears the shooting was planned.
I'm joining Chris here in the Weather Center because this is a very busy weekend. For example, 2 large running races tomorrow morning. So weather is key for all these hundreds of people who'll be outside tomorrow morning. Now, first, Chris, bright and early, the Horse Capital Marathon and Half Marathon debuts. It begins at 7 a.m. at Fasig-Tipton off Newtown Pike. They'll be running on mostly backcountry roads by some beautiful horse farms. 1,800 people from 34 states and Canada are registered, and I will be the MC. Then, at R.J. Corman in Nicholasville, the Chrysalis House 5K begins at 9 a.m. About 600 people are signed up for that race. Amber and Micah will be handling the MC duties there. So what are we looking at hour by hour for all these people that we're going to run tomorrow?
So you guys get to get out there. I get all the pressure of trying to deliver the forecast, right?
Yes.
All right. Let me show you the setup with what we're dealing with, Sam. We know we've got the muggy air that is in place out there. As we look at our radar picture, what we can show you right now across the region is an increase in the muggy conditions leading to at least some scattered thunderstorms into central and eastern Kentucky. But I want you to focus on the Paducah area back toward St. Louis and down into Nashville. Notice how we see an increase in showers and storms. Well, that's the air that gets into central and eastern Kentucky as we go into tomorrow. What we've been dealing with today has been much more isolated in nature. Sam, my concern as we go through tomorrow morning is that we're going to see an increase in the humidity leading to a quicker development of those showers and storms compared to what we had this afternoon. Here's that hour-by-hour forecast showing the clouds increasing, and then all of a sudden now, as we go toward the middle and latter part of that morning, between roughly 9 a.m. and noon, the new hour-by-hour forecast showing an increase in some at least scattered showers and storms. Where you see the yellows there, that would indicate some locally heavy downpours. Rain, as you know, you can run in rain.
You can hear it right now.
Yeah, you can hear the rain out there now. You can run in rain. The problem would be if we get any thunder and lightning with the rain.
Well, in particular for that marathon, it's a 26.2-mile race starting at 7. Some people will still be on the course, it sounds like, when it's raining, but hopefully it won't be storming, right?
Exactly right, but that is the potential as we go into tomorrow. Anytime you have this much juice in the atmosphere, you tend to get some storms that go up late morning into the early afternoon especially. The lightning factor is really my only concern. Don't expect severe weather during race time, but we'll have to keep a track of the lightning, and of course we have live lightning on Defender. Folks out there tomorrow, you can give us a call and we'll show you where the lightning is.
If you want to run a marathon, you're in.
Oh, I feel like I run a marathon back here every day, buddy.
All right, thanks, Chris. Well, also weather-related, another disaster recovery center is now open in central Kentucky. FEMA is reaching out to people in Bourbon County who had flood damage last month. The center will be in the Paris Municipal Service Building on Main Street. FEMA specialists will be on hand to answer questions and help flood victims find financial assistance. The center will be open through May 22nd. The president declared a federal disaster in Kentucky because of the April flooding. Amber?
A Kentucky dog rescuer is warning about the increase of heartworm infection in dogs and that it's on the rise. The Lawrenceburg woman has more than 30 dogs in need of a loving home. At the same time, she's running low on money to provide life-saving treatment for some of them. Rebecca Smith brings us her story.
Taking dogs in to care for is a labor of love for Jean Gabowski. She usually adopts out 300 dogs over the course of a year and has never seen heartworm in so many dogs at once.
In 8 years, I've had 5 positive dogs. In the last month, I have doubled that number.
Well, this little cutie pie here is Merryweather, and she is only 3 weeks old. In about a month, she will be ready to go up for adoption. She is one of 30-plus dogs here at Camp Jean in need of their new forever home.
5 of the dogs here, Calvin, China, Fantasia, Lulu, and Taylor, have heartworms.
Not only is it very expensive to treat, but I've got to keep them very quiet for the next 30 days as it kills off those adult worms in their heart. If they're too active, they can throw an embolism and die from it.
Jean's hopeful someone will adopt them when they're eligible.
It's really hard for me to see all these other posts that I get from dogs that are in shelters that need out, knowing I can't take them because I've got 5 dogs that have to stay with me for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
In Lawrenceburg, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Gabowski has been raising money to treat the 5 heartworm positive dogs. We have a link to Camp Jean's GoFundMe page on our website. Just look for the story on WKYT.com.
Coming up, we are remembering legendary bluesman B.B. King the day after his death.